Okay, we are all live. Hello, everybody. It's been a long time since we went live on our YouTube and LinkedIn channels, and it's a new year. I thought I would organize a surprise live, and until now, I've been the only one who was live on this channel most of the times. Uh, Probably a lot of my team members are behind the screens. Probably you wouldn't have even seen them. So I thought I would take the opportunity of this new year to bring our entire team live. Actually, I wanted to, this was haphazardly planned, to be really, really frank. I wanted to bring the entire team live, but unfortunately, it was kind of last minute. So only part of the team is here. Uh, Maybe in the next few weeks, probably I would be able to bring the entire team live at some point. Uh, Today, first of all, let me wish a happy new year to everyone. A very, very happy new year to all the viewers who are watching this. And I hope you have a great 2022. Like what we'll do right now is we'll go around the entire team. I'll probably have each of the team members introduce themselves and kind of explain what they are doing as part of our in 28 minutes team. Ravi, do you want to start? Ravi,
Sure.
you're not. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, yes, yes. So, hi everyone. I'm Ravi. I'm Ravi Shankar Munuswamy. I'm in Netherlands, and I'm part of in 28 minutes team for last couple of years now. I'm a technical architect, mainly working on Java technologies, but on a lot of other clouds, Azure, AWS, and GCP is the latest addition. And yeah, our goal is to bring in awesome courses in 28 minutes which will help the students. So that's the main idea or main goal of me along with Ranga. Thanks.
Yeah, Ravi has been doing an amazing. I mean, I actually worked with Ravi for almost 15 years, I think, right, Ravi? That's where our journey started, almost 15 years back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been
2005, maybe sometime 2007, 8. Yes.
yeah, it's been an incredible. I had an incredible time. I mean, when I actually first started, um, yeah, it was like I was pretty raw at that point in time. I mean, I was good technically, but I think I was pretty raw from a project management or like handling people, like understanding how to work with people. Right, that's where Ravi was really, really good. He was good technically and also with handling people, and that's where our journey started. And yeah, it's been wonderful. I almost worked with him professionally for almost 10 years. There was a break in between, and then for the last 2 years, like I had the privilege of working with him on Google Cloud courses, and a lot of other ones actually. Google Cloud, DevOps, Kubernetes. I think a lot of courses. So yeah, excited to have you here, Ravi. Thank you.
Thank you so
Next,
much.
let's go to Mahi. Do you want to start?
Yes, Ranga. Okay, it's been, and first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. It's been great pleasure to watch, see and interact with you all. I started with Ranga on a surprise note in the year 2019 through LinkedIn. I know technology is meeting with us, all of us actually, and software is eating the world, and so like that, I got through the some request from Ranga. So with that, since 2019, I was part of microservices course, and also, I mean, instead of like there is a span of courses which I will be working with Ranga, and I will be I was working as I'm working as a enterprise architect in company. Yeah, it's great to meet you all, and happy to see you, and I hope we will have a great fun and excitement and better version of ourselves in 2022. Thank you.
Perfect, Mahi. To be actually, if you have done our microservices course and if you had a problem, most probably it was Mahi who helped you solve it. So yeah, Mahi has been doing an incredible job with the microservices course, especially. Like he's now started even with the full stack courses. So yeah, if you got any support from there, that's Mahi. Like he was the guy who was helping you all the way. Next, I would go to Debroop. Debroop, do you want to introduce yourself? The youngest member of the team. Um, Debroop, you are on mute. Okay, looks like we lost Devrup there. That's okay. Probably will. Okay, he's back. Okay, Devrup.
Hello, am I
Yep.
audible?
Okay, looks like Devrup is having a problem. Probably we'd go to Yatin. Yatin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep. Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to 2022. So I am basically a normal guy who just has a very passion for code, and then loves to learn about new stuff, new technologies. And then my journey onto cloud started somewhere back in 2015. So just by chance, or I should say by luck, where I started my journey onto cloud and happened to learn onto them since that day forward. Never stopped looking into and working onto exciting new stuffs. So other than that, I'm very passionate about being a full stack. So have explored almost all the areas of the technical world that you guys could imagine, be it back end, front end, or then cloud. And I think it was around 2019 where I happened to meet Ranga. So I was quite a follower of his channel and used to secretly tend to follow his. But it was one day that I got a chance to happen to reply on couple of his comments and couple of his posts, and that's how my journey into the world of teaching started. It was so that day onwards I started to teach about new things and get to know about people, setting up my pace for the cloud, and then that's how we do it. And it's been a great pleasure working with all of these colleagues of mine who have much more experience than I still carry.
Thanks a lot,
Yep.
Yatin. If
Thank you.
if you had any problems in the DevOps course, DevOps like Yatin has contributed a lot in there, right? He was actually supporting it for a very very long time. Like he was actually supporting our DevOps course. Like wonderful job there. Thanks a lot, DevOps. Yatin, and I look forward to a lot of work on Google Cloud going forward. So
Yep.
yeah, excited to be working with you, Yatin, again.
Yep.
um,
Thank you.
yeah. Let's see if I have Devrup now. Like looks like Devrup is
Hey guys, I'm really sorry for my network issue.
go
Yeah,
ahead,
now
Devrup.
am I audible?
Yeah, Devrup is actually traveling right now. He's in a hill station in India. Probably his
Uh,
network connection is not so good. So Devrup, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
yes. Happy. First of all, happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, I'm Debru Mundal. I'm from Kolkata. Actually, now I'm currently in my fourth year. I'm from Nadula Institute of Technology. I'm pursuing a CAC degree, CAC BTech degree from Nadula Institute of Technology. And also about from all of this, I have almost 1 year of experience now in our technology field. I already have worked with some of the startups in Kolkata, and now actually I am apps and platform engineer intern at Vartusa, and also I like to contribute for in 28 minutes.
Devrup has been doing an amazing job with the support for Java course. He's actually like starting to support the other courses as well, some other courses on Spring and Spring Boot. But if you did our Java course, then Devrup is the guy who was actually
Yeah, you
supporting.
probably know me if you
Yeah,
are doing
exactly.
Java course.
No, Devrup. And
Also,
Devrup
I'm interested for cloud. So actually now I'm learning Google Cloud.
absolutely. He's also doing our Google Cloud certification course, and hopefully he will be very soon certified as associate cloud engineer. All the
Yes.
best for that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's now move on to the newest members of the team. Let's start with Santosh.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year 2022. So, thanks, Ranga. Thanks for pulling me into this team. So, yeah, I know Ranga since I think from 2016. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's a guy, he interviewed me for one company. So, then we started together and we almost worked for 2 years. So, then he came out and he started this journey. So, yeah, so I'm working as a technical architect, so I love exploring new things in technology, and especially the the microservices architecture and the cloud. So yeah, currently I'm focusing on the YouTube content. So how do we basically give our best to our learners, like on the career paths, and what kind of content we can provide to learn much more from their competency level. So that's what we are focusing on. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been like one of the things that's common to almost everybody here is we are all techies at heart, right? I think Santosh would represent that. Like for me, like if I think of a techie, then it's Santosh. He's really good at technology, like solving technological problems. I mean, irrespective of where the problems are, front end, back end, cloud, DevOps, whichever one. And Santosh is actually heading our YouTube channel right now. I mean, you would see that we don't really create any content exclusively for YouTube, but very soon that would change, and you'd see a lot of interesting content coming from the team which is headed by Santosh. And that's the right time to introduce one of the team members of the YouTube team. Balaji, do you want to start?
Yeah, thanks, Ranga. So before I begin with my introduction, very happy new year to all who are watching this video and for the entire in 28 minutes community. So I have nearly 3 years of experience in the field of cloud and DevOps. The reason why I joined this in 28 minutes team is I was once a follower of in 28 minutes since my college days, I would say. I still remember during the 2016-17 times when I was in college, I was actually very much admired by the in28minutes courses because they are someone who are mastering in Java and Spring Boot technologies. That's when I thought, okay, someday I should work with Ranga. And when I got the opportunity a few days back, I didn't even had a second thought, and I just joined in28minutes in terms of contributing. So other than my office work, in during my weekends or during my weekdays in the evening after my office work, I do a lot of guest lectures to a lot of colleges in terms of providing awareness in terms of cloud and DevOps trends and the current IT trends that everyone should update. And also during my weekends, I do contribute to multiple YouTube channels in terms of providing technologies and videos. And I do write a lot of blog articles in terms of providing awareness about technologies. And I'm also looking forward to work with in28minutes team in terms of contributing to the YouTube community in terms of providing a lot of content and high quality content, which I believe always. Thank you, Ranga, for joining me in the team. Yeah.
I'm excited to have you here, Balaji.
Thank you.
If there are any Tamil folks out there, go and watch Tamil Cloud channel, and I would definitely think he was doing a wonderful job there. And we look forward to, yeah, creating some amazing content going forward in the next year or so. Actually, there are a number of other members of the YouTube team as well. Unfortunately, yeah, probably next time we would do a better job at organizing so that we'll have the entire team in here. Yeah, the like until now, like if you look at in28minutes, we were mostly focused on Udemy and creating courses around courses in Udemy. One of the biggest challenges that we see when it comes to learning something new, the biggest problem that a number of learners face today is deciding what to learn. What is the path to take? What to learn? Like, how do I decide whether I have to learn a specific cloud, or how do I decide how to take a specific journey towards DevOps, right? Whether I should learn machine learning. So it's more than more than the like doing a course, but there are many more questions at the starting stage itself. Like if a fresher wants to learn which career path to choose, how do you choose that? So what we decided to do is have a YouTube channel, focus on creating content around that, right? So to create content which will enable you to make the right choices going forward. So which cloud to learn, which DevOps to, where do you start learning DevOps? How do you learn Google Cloud? How do you learn AWS? How do you learn Azure? Right? These are the most important questions a number of folks are having right now. And those are the things which you'd want to address as part of our YouTube channel. And we'll be bringing a lot of content on YouTube where we would discuss with experts, provide you their opinions on a lot of things that are happening in the industry, and helping you shape your careers, helping you reskill and learn a lot during this journey. Ravi, like,
Ra-
do you want to quickly, quickly
Ra-
give an overview of the path ahead for Google Cloud? What would we be doing for Google Cloud?
Mahi, you want to say something? You started to say something?
Yeah. Before you start, actually, I just want to
Yeah, please go ahead.
share one incident with the Sri Balaji. I think
Ah,
last year I think he was going to give some presentation. Okay, so he wrote about how you rose up to that level. Actually, I just wrote the complete what he wrote on that topic before he is going to give presentation. I mean, I think most of us have that kind of an ups and downs, maybe turbulent years. I think, but in fact, I just gave him a present. I wish him good luck on that presentation before he go ahead. I don't know whether he remember for that comment or not, but I remember when I saw him in this one. I just want to share that memory with him.
Well, I
Thank you.
don't remember. But where did you see that presentation? Can you please recollect?
I'm not sure, but you are heading for the one of the presentation which you are going to give.
Mhm.
So before that, you just shared one moment in the LinkedIn. You shared that this is what I have done. Earlier, some people was not recognized me for the presentation which I was giving. Now I was rose up to that level to give the presentation, which was a success to me. That's what you wrote something in the LinkedIn. So because
Okay.
I just saw that in the morning and I just gave
Okay.
a comment for that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. And like the surprising thing is, Mahi, you have not met Balaji until now, right? So I think this is the first time you are meeting Sri Balaji.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the first time that we are meeting
Yeah,
individually.
yeah. But LinkedIn, I think he's in my connection actually. So we frequently virtually meeting actually, not in terms of face-to-face meeting.
Okay, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Glad to know that. Cool. Ravi, so probably we'll let's take another 15 minutes and let's quickly probably have a question. Uh, let's have a small discussion around like the expertise of each one of these people in here, right? So let's probably start with Ravi. Ravi, like if somebody wants to start with Google Cloud today, what would be the best way for somebody to start with Google Cloud? I mean, the
Yeah.
reason why we are picking up Google Cloud as the topic is because Ravi is an expert on Google Cloud. So I thought, actually, Ravi is good at AWS as well. So Ravi, if somebody wants to start with cloud, what should they do?
Yeah, I think that's a good question because a lot of people want to start in cloud. Actually, I was in the same position. I think, yeah, 5 6 years ago, right? I'm a Java guy who was doing development in Java. Similarly, like a lot of people, they if you look at a developer, they are doing something on their own technology, either Java or Python or Angular or whatever it is, right? So then I also wanted to move into cloud, but then cloud is a very big thing, right? So where exactly you go, where you will fit in, so that is where the challenge is going to be. So I did the certification on AWS as the first thing without knowing anything on AWS. I did the certification. That is a good thing. I would say that is a good start because like you need to have at least some basic understanding of what are the various services there and things like that, so that you get to know. But like you need to work on something, then only you will be able to understand how things work, etc. Probably you can do the certification, which will give you some kind of a knowledge about what it is. But then when a new project started where we wanted to build something on Java microservices, but we want to deploy it on AWS, that is where the journey started. I think for most of the people, that is how the journey will start. Nobody is going to start in the cloud directly. You should be good at something, some language, some technology, somewhere you are working, and you are going to deploy that thing in the cloud. So the cloud is a kind of an aiding thing. It is going to give you infrastructure, it is going to give you services, and you are going to use it. So be good at something, some technology, either it is Java or Python or database or whatever it is, or big data. And then what kind of you will get an opportunity to run those things on the cloud. So basically, like, that's how I started to use various services, right? So that is, I think that is a good start. Maybe be good at one of the technology that you are already good at, and then see how I can deploy these things in the cloud. That will give you a good starting point.
Cool. Ravi, I mean, if you look at the industry today, right? So a number of people are like starting their cloud journey with certifications, right?
Correct.
So do you want to talk about it? I mean, why are people starting with certifications, and what do you think would be the best certifications to start with the cloud journeys?
Yeah. So actually, like I think starting with certification is good. I would say it's good because as I said, you need to know what is there in the cloud. So even if you are starting with Java, right? So or anything for that matter, so you start to read about it, but then at some point in time you want to test it. You'll give a certification to see whether how good I am in it, right? Whether I know all the important concepts, whether where I am at. So that, and also it gives you a validation, right? So this guy, if because there are so many people in the market, if you have a certification, they know, okay, so you know at least the basics of the cloud. Whether you worked on it or not, that is a different thing, but at least they know that you have some basic understanding, right? But when you are inducted into a project, then when you start working on it, they don't have to start teaching you from the ABCs of cloud. So that gives a very good base. That's my experience. And the other question is, start with if you are very passionate about application development, start with engineer certification or developer certification equivalent to a developer, based on your role also. If you are an architect and if you are doing a lot of architecture already and you want to move to cloud, then probably you can look at architecture certification in the cloud. But you are a developer, like you are just started coding and you are doing the coding for 2-3 years, maybe I would say engineer or developer, that kind of certifications will help you to get a understanding. As I said, it also depends on your role. For example, if you're a business analyst or you are in other role, getting for example Google Cloud, you can go for a digital leader kind of certifications, or in AWS you can go for practitioner kind of certifications, which will give you the same kind of knowledge, so that when people talk about VMs and they talk about subscriptions, at least you know what they are talking about. That gives you a very good base for you to cover. So that's how I
Absolutely.
look at it.
Cool, Ravi. So you're talking about like based on the kind of expertise you have, right? So you might want to start with one of the fundamental certifications like AZ 900, or maybe like cloud practitioner or cloud digital leader, based on the depending on the cloud. And yeah, if they are already familiar with the cloud, probably they can directly go for certifications which are directly related to their role, right? So if
Correct.
you are experienced with AWS, and probably if you are doing a developer role, probably you can start with the AWS developer certification, right? So we have Kelvin. I think he's asking a question. He says, I'm going to take my exam, GCP Professional Architect, next week. Any tips? Kelvin, I would say my tip would be read the question very, very carefully. I think, like, I've done AWS Architect certification and Google Cloud Architect certifications. And I think the GCP Architect certification is much, much trickier. And it's very, very important to read the question very, very well. So, like, look at all the options. Don't take the first option which comes to your mind. So read the question carefully. Like, go through the options at least once before you take the answer. I mean, before you give select the right answer. Ravi, do you have any tips?
Yeah, so the professional architect, right? So it is, as Ranga said, you need to go through the question, and you need to really think like an architect when looking at the problem, right? So because a solution to the problem can be anything, you can use brute force to achieve the same thing. But as an architect, think about whether the solution that I'm choosing is a scalable or availability, performance perspective, and cost perspective. Think in all these things and then choose the right option, because you are going to get questions or answers which are more or less similar to each other. So look at all these architectural building blocks, whether my solution fits these things, right? So then choose that option, so that yeah, you should be able to clear the exam. All the very best for you to clear the exam.
Yeah, all the best. All the best for you, Kelvin. As Ravi says, it's very, very important to look at all the architectural angles, right? All the ETs, function. I mean, the scalability, reliability, all such kind of things are very, very important to consider before you select the solution. Cool. Yatin, if somebody wants to start, let's go on to you. Like, if somebody wants to start
Yep.
their DevOps journey, where do they start?
Yep.
And
I
unfortunately, I
think
need to drop off now. I'll drop off. It's
Yeah,
very nice to
thanks.
talk to
Thanks for
all
your
of
time,
you.
Ravi. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you so
thanks
much.
for your time.
Thanks. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye.
okay. Thank you. So if I have to talk about like from where do you have to start your DevOps journey, I think so. Be it any person that it's like coming from a technical background or a non-technical background, the very first thing to understand is like how to utilize the powerful that has been given to us by DevOps, because these days we are not doing anything manually. We are doing anything from a like a continuous way where we are moving from integration to development. It's all about moving from moving in a world of automation to like go thing. So the very primary step is to like understand the versioning control system of any enterprise, at how it works. That's the primary thing that one needs to understand. Well, it's not like we are working on an like an holiday homework where which is like it's not working, just tear off the page and then you start fresh. No, it doesn't work in a corporate like that. So you have to first understand that every piece of code you write has to be saved somewhere, and then you keep on incremental building it. For example, and the same goes for your knowledge as well. Like whenever we start on a college or like on our even in our office, on the day one what we learn goes still on the day last of a job, unless and until we don't retire from a particular place. So that's how
Right.
the journey of DevOps should start. So you start from, so the very first thing that you start from is like to learn a version control system. Now it can be anything. So basically we all use GitHub or like probably Git, because that's very easy to understand. But I would recommend, like if you once get pro in Git, you should start working on to like other places as well, like CVS or any other version control system that's of your area of benefit. Now one of my recommendation out there is like people usually have a practice of like use a lot of built-in tools, for example source tree, Kraken, Gerrit, and all of that. So my personal recommendation as a like as a person who is interested in into DevOps, don't use such tools. Try to use from your command line, because that's make your practice more proficient, unless and until you're like already a pro, has been 14 years of experience, and then trying to put your hats off. So but this first thing starts from a command line of a Git, that'll give you a way of how the programming world looks like, and then you can slowly move on to other things like Jenkins and continuous development. So that's how you will speed up your ladder. You'll like take each and every step to move on into your career, into building your DevOps. Yep. And yep, that's all I
So
have. That's all, even I started my journey.
great to hear that, Yatin.
Uh,
I think
I would like to
probably,
add.
yeah. Please go ahead.
Uh, yeah, I would like to add one point to Ethin's point. Actually, in fact, even though being there in number of years in um, technology side, something, whenever you try to commit the code, I know most of the IDEs will provide you the just click like a commit and push and pull or something like that, but you won't get that much kind of uh, I think it is going through the command line, which gives a lot of flexibility
Yes.
in terms of you know what you are typing. Actually, you know, you will be familiar with the each and every option what you are doing in
Yeah.
the command line. It what is some, suppose if you are giving the git commit minus m. I think recently some of the question, one of the question which I received in the microservices code is what is that minus m is all about,
Mhm.
because a lot of people who is learning that one, if they are not experimented in the command line, they doesn't know, because id
That
is like a
connection.
kind of an it's like an abstraction level it is happening. But in the if you do it that in the command line, you will be knowing each and every command how that is happening actually. So that way I think I'll agree with the Ethin's point. You go with the command line until you be expertised in complete commands actually. Yeah, over to you, Ranga. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, Balaji, do you want to add anything there?
Okay, so when it comes to DevOps, I would say I agree to both of them because they have been mentioning literally all of the points that you should follow. But what I would say is, if you are working on a DevOps tool, like as how I think said, you are working on a version control system, don't learn only the basics and don't move
Yep.
on to the next technology because that is not a good practice to follow. If you are taking one technology, try to learn until one level of depth or two level of depth, so that whatever scenario, if you're going to face it in the future, you will be able to handle it much more better. And also don't ever filter any of the DevOps tools that are in the industry,
Mhm.
because you might not know what DevOps tools that your client might come up with. So if you are working in DevOps, please do be much more updated every day. What are the DevOps tools that are coming up daily, so that you will be able to do a POC. Probably if you are getting a new project in your team, and if you are a person who are literally updated each and every day, then you will be the person who will stand up and deliver whatever the content that's coming up. So that is the only suggestion that I would like to give. Please do be updated about DevOps tools, because the DevOps tools that are today aren't going to be the same the next day. So please do be updated every day when it comes to DevOps, because it's like a ocean that you need to be updated each and every day to be surviving as a DevOps engineer. That's what my suggestion is. Yeah.
Cool. Santosh, do you want to add anything in here?
Yes, I think pretty much covered. So one thing, yeah, as Balaji mentioned, so it's always better to learn, okay, like the 2-level depth, okay, so that we will get some kind of confidence, okay. So because we don't know, okay, in a real time, okay, whatever we learned, okay, we'll apply the same thing, right? So we may encounter into different situations. So if you learn kind of, okay, the 2x levels, right? So then we can at least they handle the problem, okay, what kind of the problem it is. So yeah, I think that is the main point in not only here, so everywhere. Yeah, if you learn kind of 2x level, right, so that will give us some kind of confidence to handle the different problems in the real time.
Yep. So if I can summarize that, it's basically that instead of learning 10 or 15 DevOps tools without knowing them really well, instead of that, probably it's good to have really good knowledge of 5 or 6. Probably one continuous integration tool, probably one container tool, one container orchestration, like probably one infrastructure as code tool. Instead of trying to be an expert at everything, it's good to have a broader knowledge, like in each of the categories, maybe infrastructure as code, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and probably containers and container orchestration. It's good to pick up one of these things and be good at it, right? If you, for example, are good at Terraform, probably it might not be so difficult if you want to learn Pulumi a little while later, right? So yeah, it's good to be like really good at something before you move on to something which does very similar kind of things, right? So yeah,
exactly,
I think
yeah.
awesome, cool. So like it's been really good. I mean, I just wanted to actually take the opportunity to introduce the entire team out here and wish everybody a very happy new year. That was kind of the objective of this call, and like I just thought, okay, let's kind of share our expertise on how do you start your DevOps and cloud journeys going forward. Like very soon we'll have a lot of content discussing this in depth, right? DevOps, cloud, these are really vast areas, and I'm sure there are a lot of questions out there. So if you have any questions related to DevOps and cloud, do shoot them out to us. My I'll actually put out my email. One of the important things is we are building our YouTube team. Like we would want to actually do a lot of amazing things on YouTube. We want to create a lot of content around the common problems that people face when it comes to cloud and DevOps. To we would want to be the number one channel where you'd go to with respect to DevOps and cloud. If you have any questions related to DevOps and cloud, we would want in 28 minutes to be the channel you go to. And therefore, we would be creating a lot of amazing content in here. And you are seeing just half of the team in here. There'll be a lot of members who would be joining the team, and you'd see them in action on the channel. So if you have a lot of expertise on DevOps and cloud, and if you want to contribute, that's my email. You can drop an email to me, and we would love to have a lot of experts contribute to this. We see that DevOps and cloud is such a wide area that Ranga cannot create all the content by himself. That's basically the decision we arrived at. So we said, I'll not be creating a lot of content on the YouTube channel. It would be people who are experiencing it, right? So if you look at cloud, it's like there are a lot of things happening, right? So it's not just there are 3 clouds which are really popular, and I'm sure there would be more clouds which will be coming in. And keeping up to date with all of this is not possible. And that's where we thought instead of one person offering their opinion, we would have our entire team bringing a lot of content out to you. And you'd see a lot of exciting content coming from us very, very soon on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead, subscribe. And it's been great having you, all of you, in here. Any final words, Santosh? What do you want to say?
Thanks, Ranga. So that's all. Okay, just keep learning. Okay, that is what even the in 28 minutes motto, right? So keep learning every day, so that keep us up to date with respect to technology and the innovation. So
Thank you, Santosh. Yatin, do you want to go next?
Okay, so I think I would like to end on a very good note that I really look forward to each and every day in my life, that any one of us can probably be a leader of tomorrow, and then the leaders of tomorrow doesn't learn tomorrow or like the day after or the day after. We learn every day. So even a 30 minutes of learning each day would would be beneficial to actually change your life going forward. So just make it your resolution for 2022, and let's see how our paths cross forward.
Absolutely. Thanks, Yatin.
Thank you.
Mahi, do you want to go next?
Yes, Ranga, I think it was quite a good journey with all of. I think even though we are working in a different data centers, since we are talking about in cloud and DevOps, so we are working as a different data centers. I think I think right edge is Ranga actually. So through Ranga, we are all the requests are scattered into the different data centers actually. So I would say I think it's not about. I mean, for me, those who are would you like to learn cloud and DevOps, I would like to understand. There is a little bit about how the basic architecture in terms of like how on-premise will work, what is the basics of the cloud computing which works actually. So anyone who wants to learn that cloud, right, it's not about AWS learning or something. Just before the step, I think there is a fundamentals of cloud computing. It is very much imperative to understand further on what are the new technologies, what are the new services which is building. And also I think many of us know that microservices or services, whatever we call it as, because AWS is everything is service based actually. Okay, though when I say service based, it is about the connecting to each other actually. So I would like to say that we should not leave the fundamentals aside before going to learn AWS concepts. Learn to through REST concepts properly or networking concepts properly. How these things, cloud computing in terms like what is PaaS, what is IaaS, all these things actually.
Yeah.
So I think that paradigm we have, if you are trying to understand properly, right, then I don't think so. It's like a cakewalk for AWS concepts actually. And in fact, in any other, so that is what I followed over the years. So that's how, through that, I completed my AWS certification in solution architect. So that's what helped me a lot actually. Yeah,
Cool.
that's same thing I'm
Awesome.
implementing in current project. Thanks, Ranga, for that, and
Awesome.
to everyone.
Thanks, Mahendra. I think it's very, very important to be strong at the fundamentals, right? Uh, Cloud and DevOps are probably new ways of doing the old things. Unless you
Yes.
know how it was done earlier, it is very, very difficult when you try and learn them. You don't have a context, right? So if you
Yes.
might be learning something, but if you don't know how it was done previously, you don't really have a context. Probably you'll not be able to understand it as well as others, right? So
Correct.
absolutely. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mahendra. Balaji, do you want to go next?
Yeah, thank you, Ranga. So I would like to tell all of you, please do have a really safe and happy New Year today. And if you guys want to make this complete year so productive and be happy, I would say one tip is, because as Mahi has spoken a lot about technology aspects and technical aspect, I would say if you want to succeed in whatever things what Mahi and others said, you need to be consistent throughout the year in order to learn and achieve everything, whatever it may be. If you are looking to learn any technology or looking to do multiple certifications, or if you are going to apply for job opportunities, you should learn consistent and do the right hard work each and every day, so that whatever you are aiming for and you are putting the right hard work, it will be given to you, or it will be coming to you some other day. So please do be consistent and do the hard work each and every day. And thank you, Ranga, for the opportunity for giving me a talk today. And I believe we are going to provide a lot of amazing content in our upcoming months and upcoming days. Please do stay tuned, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Debrip, you want to go next?
Yep. Hey everyone. Happy New Year again, and hello everyone. I'm meeting for the first time with you guys, and for actually I don't have that much experience like you guys, but what I can say as a fresher, like if you work hard or if you work smart, everything matters. But the main thing is consistency. So what I think is learning 30 minutes or 20 minutes a day. It's really helpful.
Apologies. Looks like I've dropped off.
I'm saying, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Ranga, I think you are back.
Sorry, Balaji, I was not able to hear what you said, but yeah, like probably we'll go over to Devrup.
I already said you have some network issues, but I want to say thank you for giving this big opportunity and giving me this platform to contribute. And
Okay.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. Thanks all for taking the time out on a New Year day to be here, to spend time being here. During different phases of next year, most of us will be live, probably with a number of other experts on the YouTube channel, and you would get a lot more opinions from us. So if you are planning your DevOps careers, then we would really be excited to offer a lot more content going forward. Thanks a lot, everybody, for taking the time out of your new year and being in here. And hopefully, we would see you with a lot more content very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year once again.